As I mentioned on the broadcast a few moments ago, everything other than the Bukayo Saka injury, a perfect day. Do you want to start? Let's start with the good things. Let's start with Viktor Gyokeres.
There's a lot of good things.
Yeah, there are. There's a whole list. Where does your mind go to, Rob?
It does go to Viktor Gyokeres because I think everybody realises how important he's going to be for Arsenal to get a number of goals. The penalty was very well taken. He's got a brilliant record, so that was confirmation of that. His goal was very much a signature Gyokeres goal. If you look back at his previous few seasons, most of the goals come from that kind of sweeping run in behind and then drives inside and scores with his right foot. So many positive for Arsenal in terms of the players, the new players that are settling in. I was critical at half-time about the build-up play and the flow and the rhythm. It wasn't great. It got better in the second half, but they've got so many options now, Rebecca. Martin Odegaard, and of course, Bukayo Saka got injured, but there's so many players to come in, so many stories. Eberechi Eze in the stand waiting to come into the group as well. So there's a lot going on at Arsenal and a lot of positive things.
Tim, what feels different about Arsenal so far after 2 games?
Well, I think they're learning over the last couple of years. They've learned how to become champion without being champion, and so they have that swagger. Without, again, they haven't lifted the trophy, but they have the swagger. They have the belief that they can do it. I'm delighted for them that they still have set pieces that they can rely on, because that's important. Look, with the injuries, I mean, here's the thing that I think Arsenal fans need to kind of switch, because you touched on it. The squad is pretty robust now. They're deep. Whereas before it was one injury, season's over, right? It happened to Gabriel, it happened to Saka. This team is built differently. They're built to sustain certain injuries and go again and be able to put someone in the starting lineup and not have a drop-off. That's what City did all those years. That's why they won the title, because they could chop and change and then their level never dropped off. I think this Arsenal team is getting there.
Tim, how do you feel about a 15-year-old coming on?
I'm delighted for him, but I worry when these youngsters get, we know what it's like to be in a dressing room, and it's so hard for a young kid to relate. It's great, it's amazing, but I always worry about the mental side of it for these young kids, because there's so much that gets thrown at them, and it's really hard to handle.
But you can understand the temptation when you see
Sure.
him play the way he just played Max Dowman.
I mean, he's very silky, very tricky, very clever, very confident at being that young. I mean, we have previous. Ethan Nwaneri has done this. This football club has been very careful bringing these young ones in. I'm sure the manager wants to give him a little bit of, this is what it's all about, son. Take a little bit of that in. Was it 4-0, I think, when he came into the game? And he'll be out again a little bit. So I think they've done it before with Nwaneri, by the way, that I like more every time I see him play. Ethan Nwaneri, very comfortable knitting things together in midfield. And with Max Dowman, I think we're going to see the similar type of development.
Quick line about Bukayo Saka. We don't know what injury it is. Of course, he had surgery on his right hamstring. He seemed to be clutching his left leg. It's a concern.
Yeah. His face told us everything when we see him go down there. You get the close-up on his face. It's just one of those things. And, hopefully, whatever it is, it's not too many weeks, because I think we're probably looking at weeks. But as Tim talked about, there's a lot of players now, Rebecca, that can... It's not such much of a downer when you can bring Madueke there, you can be able to bring Eze there, you've got Trossard coming in that did a good job last year. So there's lots of cover, but let's hope it's not too bad.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long, and for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.